So, being that today is February 1st, I love February. I love February because to me, the sun is getting brighter, it's getting warmer. We survived January. January always seems to last forever, and it's cold, and everybody gets sick, and it's just ick. So, I love February. It's closer to spring. It's also the Valentine's Day is in February. It's like a self-care, self-love month for me. I've always kind of viewed it as that way. It's a time where, we're still doing self-reflection. It's still winter, but yet we're moving into the spring. We're also in between the winter and spring equinox. So that's it's really a time of self-growth and self-love. And so I want to share with you guys an acronym I made. So when we're in the process of shifting, so as a massage therapist and meditation instructor, I have people that have asked me, what is self-care? What do I do for self-care? And so I thought it would be appropriate to make a video on this to share the tools that I use and that help my clients for self-care and self-love. So I made up an acronym to help remember, and it's called Shift 1 Degree. So when we're feeling in a time of low period in our life, or even if we're on a high period of life, like what can help us take it to the next level that we want to be at, whether it's in our personal life, our relationships, business, relationship with our kids, so whatever that is for you. So and the theme behind the word shift and the 1 degree is that when we shift just one small degree, so it makes it attainable. So we're not like, I'm going to lose 100 pounds, in the next 6 months to a year. I'm just going to make a little shift 1 degree. So when I think of that in my brain thinks of that as that's easy. I can do that. It's attainable. So shifting 1 degree though, if you shift 1 degree and you're going to Florida and say you're looking on a road map, that 1 degree will bring you somewhere else, not to Florida, maybe New York or something, but it will bring you, it's taking 1 foot in front of the other, step by step by step, in small aspects, but it will bring you a lot further than if you had not shifted that 1 degree at all. So if you look at it as in a way of looking at a map, you're going to go pretty far just shifting that one small 1 degree. And that's something that I feel I can do, that anybody can do. So what does that look like? So shift. So S stands for self-care. So that is doing anything that will bring you, so what I ask myself, if I'm having a down day, I ask myself, what is the next best loving thing that I can do for myself in this moment? Maybe that's taking a nap. Maybe that's going for a walk. Maybe that's going through a drive-through. Maybe that's it's taking the next best thing that I can do. So and not feeling shameful for it. So if it's something that I feel I can do, like take a bath, read a book, maybe it's just go into my room. So keeping that in mind, what is the next best loving thing that I can do for myself? Also self-care, massage is a form of self-care. So when we get a massage, we are connecting and are aligning to our physical body, and meditation as well. We're connecting the mind and the heart and bringing it as one. So before I ever did massage or meditation, or worked on different breathing techniques, I was always in my head, always. I didn't know how to be in my body. I didn't know how to connect to myself. I didn't know, and when we're not connected to ourselves, we feel lost. We don't know the next step to take. We don't know what to do. We're just always in fear, in the ego head mode. So self-care looks like anything that is going to connect you to yourself. So keeping that in mind. H is for honor. Honor where you're at. Honor how you're feeling. So that means not bringing shame or judgment or the shoulds into your line of thinking. So not thinking, I shouldn't be thinking this way. I shouldn't be feeling this way. I know I've done it where You know, you think you've come so far and you're thinking, gosh, I shouldn't be feeling this way. I know better. And reality is we're human and we're going to have human experiences. We're going to have our ups and our downs because it's all serving us into life's lessons for us. And we get to grow all the time. We're never done growing. So we're always going to be having those highs and those lows. So honor where you're at. I is for intuition. So as you deepen your practice with self-care, with aligning your mind and your heart, you're going to find that your intuition, you're going to learn to tap into your intuition. So you're going to learn to follow your intuition. And as we follow our intuition, we know that I have a thought, that brings me to an idea and I can act on it. And wow, magic happens. It's like connecting the dots. So when you follow your intuition, it's like, those connecting the dots books that we had like growing up. You connect the dot 1 to dot 2 to dot 3, and before you know it, you have a beautiful picture. And so that's what using your intuition is. Especially when we want answers for something, we tend to get hard on ourselves. And life is unknown, and it can drive us crazy, and it can give us anxiety. But if we're stuck in the past, we're going to be depressed. If we're stuck trying to figure out the future, we're going to be anxious. So coming back to the now, and that's on my list here, but following your intuition. So following your intuition is connecting the dots. The more practice we get, it's like a muscle. The more practice we get, the easier it'll be. And then we can see it unfold. And that's where we feel like miracles happen. We're like, wow, this happened and we created it. So you're becoming a better co-creator in your life. S is fill your cup, your soul cup, and forgive and fun. So there's, I'm not sure how many F's I'm going to add, maybe 3 to my shift word, but it's filling your soul cup. So again, that going back to the self-care. What is the next best loving thing I can do for myself? When our cup is not full of love that we bring to ourselves, if we're not feeling satisfied, we're going to go through the whole day and just be doing for others, not filling our cup, not putting anything back into our cup. By the end of the day, we're yelling at our kids, we're yelling at our spouse or whoever, we're angry, we drink some wine and go to bed and then wake up the next day and do it all over again. We don't want that. It's not good. It doesn't help us. So we're going to stop doing that. We're going to make sure our cup is full. We're going to forgive and to have fun. So the 3 F's, fill your cup, forgive, and fun. So we're going to fill our cup. We're going to forgive. We're going to forgive ourselves for things that we wish we've done different in our life. We're going to hold on to no regrets because we are where we are. We're going to trust. We're going to honor where we are. And we're going to forgive others because everybody's doing the best they can, just like us. And so that is a process. That is a process. I will just say that. But it's possible, and it's very freeing. I remember a time where I totally felt like I could forgive a person in my life, and it felt so freeing. I walked away feeling, gosh, this feels so good. And it was because I'm doing all this, I'm shifting, and I'm freeing myself, which frees other people, because my happiness is my responsibility. It's my job. It's nobody else's. Nobody else can make me feel anything, especially happy. It's an inside job. So I just remember feeling so free, and I remember feeling like, gosh, this is what forgiveness looks like. And I didn't tell this person I forgave them. I didn't express it to anybody. It was just, it just was internal. I just felt, wow, I really don't hold anything against you. Like, I really forgive you, and that feels good. It feels amazing. So, and fun is the last F word, and fun is having fun, being in the present moment. Do you remember when we were kids? And think back to when we were kids. The summer days lasted forever, and those are the best memories. And then as we get older, we get in our heads, like the ego head, and fear, and thinking I have to have it all figured out. And it's all the pressure that we're putting on ourselves, really. And we have to figure it all out, and we have bills to pay, and we have responsibilities, and yes, we do, but we kind of forgot sometimes as we get older, we forget about having fun. We forget about taking time and really taking in the present moment, and that's what kids do. And it can drive us nuts as parents. Like, I know myself, my kids are in the moment, being present and having a beautiful, wonderful time, and I'm like, okay, you need to take a shower, you need to eat your food, you need to do this and this, and I fill up with anxiety, like, it's getting late, then my mind's like, thinking, oh, they're gonna be tired for school, I'm gonna be tired for work, and just a spiral. Versus if I were just to maybe join them in the fun for 5 minutes, they would probably wrap it up a lot faster and do the things I'm asking them to do. But taking time to have fun is so important, and it's going to make us healthier. Our physical bodies will benefit, our spiritual body will benefit. So the last one is T, tap into the now, and that's where meditation can help. And so tapping into the now, just being in the present moment, being with ourselves, not avoiding yourself. How many of you avoid ourselves with being busy and avoiding trying to escape your thoughts, trying to escape yourself or your life where you feel unhappy. Drinking, smoking, overeating, just always doing for others and never caring for yourself, using others as an excuse to not care for yourself. And that's our responsibility. And so we're actually not doing anybody any good when we're not taking care of ourselves. And it's even worse if we're using other people as an excuse not to take care of ourselves. I know I've done it. It's no judgment on anybody else, but it's time to come home to ourselves. It's time to create a life. And in this month, taking the time to love yourself and learn how to love yourself. And it's just a step by step. It's just a 1 degree. Every choice we make is a 1 degree shift to get to the place we want to be. And that's how miracles happen. That's how forgiveness happens. That's how fun happens. And that's how we create our life. And it sounds simple. All these things sound simple, but it's not always easy to do, especially if we're getting caught up in the moment and when we create busyness in our life. So it's important. I know what busy looks like. So I started to look at my life, and it doesn't feel good to be busy all the time. So I try to be intentional about my energy and the things I do or don't do. So I'm learning to say yes to things that excite me or things that raise my energy, and no to things that don't, or that I don't want to invest time in. And so many times we are afraid to say no to people. And at the same time, we're afraid to say yes to new opportunities or new experiences because they're new and it's unknown and it can be scary. So I hope this helps. So it's shift 1 degree, and these are just some steps that I use. And again, there's no judgment here in if you're doing these things or if you're not doing these things in your life. It's just some steps to help you get to creating the best life and to coming back home to yourself and really finding love within you. And that's what this message is for. So take what you need from this and leave the rest, and share this with anybody that you feel could use some of these tips. Enjoy your day, guys.